Hello everyone, I thought I'd do you a quick tour of the holiday cottage I'm staying in on the northeast coast of England. This cottage is located between Seahouses and Beadnell, sort of about midway, and the actual cottage is called Mrs. Fordy's cottage, and it's part of the Annstead farm, which has several other cottages to rent, plus I believe you can bring your caravan because they have facilities for caravanners as well. So I'll just give you a tour and point out the facilities you get in this particular cottage. Starting off in the kitchen, this is what we are expected to cook all our meals on and heat the cottage. So we have to go out and chop logs to put in the fire here, which heats the cottage, the hot water, and of course the single oven. There's also, this gets very hot too, you can put your kettle on there. So if you want to cook your pizza or whatever, we've got this oven here. It's quite clean, a little bit more primitive than you'd expect really, but anyway, that's your oven in the kitchen. No, it's not, of course. This is just, well, it used to be an oven, it's not functional. This is, look, it's an old Jos E. Elliott Newcastle. It's an old range. This is actually in the living room of the property. Now bear in mind, we've been here a few days, so it's going to look a bit more lived in. There's going to be things about that aren't normally, you know, in the cottage. Really, you're not supposed to have pets. They do allow 2 dogs. We've got more than 2, but they're only little. You're not really supposed to allow dogs on the furniture, but the dogs don't know. What we normally do, we've got this cover. We normally bring covers to put on the furniture to keep, you know, to keep it clean, but normally we sit there, but one of the dogs has decided to make herself comfortable on that chair, but she's pretty clean. So this is the nice living area. This is part of a bigger house, sort of an annex of a bigger house. So you've got a TV with a DVD player, quite a small TV. That chair, we've moved it. You can move the furniture about if you want to, but put it back where it was. That chair was sort of facing the middle of the room, but there's 3 of us stopping, so we wanted in a bit better position for the TV viewing. So obviously you've got TV, DVD player. There's a guide here, a few leaflets to give you an idea of where you can visit, and of course cottage information. So that's the living room. Now, one downside of this, it is on quite a busy road. Now you can't hear it so much downstairs, there was double glazing. Upstairs it's a bit noisier, but when you go to bed at night the road becomes a lot quieter, so it's not so bad, but bear in mind it's on a busy road. So coming through, we're into the kitchen area. Apparently this has all been refurbished fairly recently, so it's got probably everything you need. Now we've got the dogs, there's a couple more dogs there. Obviously we've bought our own dog bed, so you get a nice big table to sit at to eat your meals. And there's a electric oven here and an electric hob, dishwasher, and a decent sized fridge freezer if you want to do a shop. So we did a Sainsbury's order, we had delivered on the first day here, so most of the food we had delivered. Oh, a bit out of focus. There is, up the road in Seahouses, there's a cost cutter store and also a co-op, which is a fairly decent sized co-op, so you can get a few bits and pieces there. But if you're stopping for a week or more, I advise you to do an online delivery. So I think Sainsbury's, Tesco and Asda deliver here. Ocado don't. So that's something to think about. So you've got a sink, obviously. You get a microwave. There's a kettle, little radio. There's a 4-slot toaster. So basically everything you need is here, really, all the cutlery. Pots and pans. There's not a lot of room to put all your food. We've used that cupboard there, and we've had to use some of this cupboard for some of our food as well. But you know, it's a pleasant area to sit and cook in. There's also a cupboard here. It's got the bin, place to hang up your coats. There's some shelving. We've put our dog food and some other bits and pieces. There's a broom and things. So that's the kitchen. This is the hall, which does need vacuuming. You don't get that. I brought that vacuum with me. You do get a vacuum supplied, but not that one. So it's a little bit of a mess, but you get this hallway, bit of sand, because this is next to the coast, so obviously we're bringing sand in, but most of it is trapped in the hallway. And if I can show you outside, it's quite breezy and noisy, but this is the area of garden you get. There's a picnic table. It is enclosed, but if you've got smaller dogs, they can get right underneath that fence there, so you have to watch the dogs when they're going outside to do their business. So just bear in mind, it is secure from the road. There's a great big wall, but it's not secure. They can actually be nosy and go into the other property's lawn there, so you have to keep an eye on your dogs. So this is downstairs. The other thing to show you quickly is a utility room. Now when we arrived there was no bulb in there, so I fitted a bulb for them. There was some spare bulbs in this cupboard, and also actually that light and the table lamp weren't working, so we've put new bulbs in for the owners. So you get a Henry vacuum supplied if you want to do your vacuuming, and there's a mop and bucket there. You also get a washer dryer. It seems okay. I've done a bit of washing in here, and takes a bit of a long time to do the drying, but it's okay. And if you want, there's an iron and an ironing board, and a net for catching fish, whatever, and a spade if you want to make a sandcastle. There's also a baby gate, which is useful to put at the bottom of the stairs, but we normally bring something like this. Dogs really aren't allowed upstairs, so we put that, but you can use the included baby gate to keep your dogs from going upstairs, and of course if you've got children stopping. And finally downstairs we've got this cupboard here. It's basically got all the heating equipment and just some shelves. You can put your shoes there to dry. And to control the heating, it always seems to be hot water. You don't have to do anything, but just to turn the heating on, there's a thermostat. So you just turn the thermostat up and the heating will come on, but we haven't needed to have the heating on so far. So up the stairs, just stepping over the little gate. It's a nice bright stairwell, a big Velux window. So top of the stairs we've got a nice sized bathroom there with a bath and a shower. And if you like a powerful shower, you'll like that one because it takes your skin off. It's one of those, well, it's nice, it's pleasant, it's very, very powerful, but it does tend to, because it's quite powerful, it does tend to wet the floor. They do supply you with a bath mat. This place to put your toiletries, obviously sink and a loo. They don't supply, well, you get one roll of toilet paper, so obviously if you're bringing your own stuff, bring some extra toilet roll. They did supply some hand wash, but bring all your own stuff, toilet roll, hand wash. We also brought some washing liquid and softener in case you want to do any washing. Because of COVID, they don't supply the towels or bedding, so we had to bring our own bedding. Not the quilts and the pillows, but you have to bring your own sheets and duvet covers. So this is the double bedroom, quite nice size. You've got a dresser with a mirror there, a Velux window with a daddy long legs trying to get out. I won't open that because you'll hear it. Well, I will. This is how noisy the road is. Not too bad at the moment. It was noisier when we arrived. It seems to be noisier on weekends. But as I said, when it's time for bed, and you will be ready for bed if you go on as many lovely walks as we've been on, you'll soon fall asleep. You won't notice the road noise. And in fact, you know, it's not bad. It's very quiet when it's time for bed. There's a chair there, a wardrobe, and it is very dark. Once you've turned the light off and you've got the blind down, it's very dark. So we've had very good night's sleep while we've been here. So moving along to the second bedroom. Now this is 3 single beds, so you could have 3 children in here, or if you've got people that like to mingle as we do, we've pushed all the beds together to make a super king plus sized bed. So you can do that if you want, but there is 3 single beds. No, basically one person is sleeping in that bed and one person is sleeping in that bed. So yeah, we've moved them, but we'll put everything back. So again, nice sized room, couple of radiators, again Velux out of focus there, but there's a Velux window, a wardrobe, another dresser, 1 chair. I would have liked to have seen another chair, to be honest, and maybe another set of drawers, because there's a lot of space. We've just put this here. You got this supplied. We've just done some washing, so that's not normally there, obviously. And we also brought our own towels, so the bedding is ours. This was included, these covers, bedspreads sort of thing, throws, but basically our own bedding is on the beds, the sheets and everything. Of course, it's got bedside table, sockets to plug your bits and bobs in. So I think that's it. This floor moves a bit when you're walking on it, so it makes the wardrobe door move. But yeah, I don't know if you can hear the road, but it's more or less every minute or so there's cars going by. But as I said, when it's time for bed, it's not an issue, so I wouldn't let that put you off. But it's a nice little cottage. It was absolutely spotlessly clean, but obviously it's more lived in now because we've been here a few days. So we go down the stairs. So I think that's everything I could show you. There's some lovely walks to be had. If you want to walk on the beach I'd say is about 5 minutes away. Basically you have to, this is the main door, so you go out the door and you walk along this road here. Might be able to show you from the utility room. Well, basically if you can just about see just where the hedgerow ends and you can see a bit of grass, that's basically where you'd walk up and then you're on the beach. So it's a lovely beach on the doorstep, but if you drive down the road a mile or 2, there's even lovelier beaches. So the dogs have been going out having a lovely time. They're exhausted. So if you've got a couple of dogs, we've got more than 2, but they're only small. We always leave everything spotlessly clean. One thing I will recommend, if you're taking dogs, you don't have to bring your own vacuum like I do, but I brought this with me. This is just a little handheld Bissell stain eraser. If a dog has an accident on the carpet, we've got something to clean it up. I would always get something. Bring something with you, whether you've got a machine or just bring some carpet and upholstery cleaner and just your own little cleaning kit if a pet has an accident. So we did have an accident in the hall, but it's gone. You can't see where she's was a bit naughty, but we have to remember to put the dogs out, you know, so that isn't an issue. But yeah, it's really lovely. As I said, the only downside is the road, but you don't notice it because during the day, weather permitting, you'll be outside enjoying the beautiful northeast coastline, and really you'll be too tired to worry about the odd car that goes by at bedtime, because we've been getting some lovely deep sleeps. Also, to be ultra critical, but you know, you can't have everything. The TV's a little bit small. But as I said, we don't watch much TV. We're out during the day normally and have a bit of TV on in the night. There's Wi-Fi as well, which is good. It's pretty fast for browsing. Bit slow to download or upload a video, but certainly for browsing the internet it's more than quick enough. And as you can see, Millie there is very relaxed in the cottage after our morning walk. So that's the end of the tour. If you're interested in booking a week, just search for Annstead Cottages, Northumbria, Annstead, and you should find the website. I'm not here to plug them, I don't get anything, I'm just for your information if you want to book Annstead Cottages, Annstead Farm Cottages, or Mrs. Fordy's cottage. You could probably find it by that, but I think there are at least 3 cottages you can rent. There's Mrs. Fordy's, there's another one just across the courtyard, and there's a larger cottage that we have stayed in as well a few years back that sort of adjoins this one, which is bigger. And of course, if you've got caravan, there is a caravan park facility as well. So that's it. If you have any comments or questions about this cottage tour, please comment below. Stay tuned for more videos. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you soon. Bye for now.